was created in the 1920s, it was created to be the home of industry. When the roads were put down, they were all named after old British men who had a background in the maritime industry. Halsey Street here is named after Admiral Lionel Halsey, who commanded a battle cruiser during the First World War called HMS New Zealand. Admiral Halsey's claim to fame was that while he was in command of the ship, he never lost a single man, and nor did the ship suffer any serious damage despite all the battles they fought. The crew looked on Admiral Halsey as the lucky captain. See up ahead of us surround one of the oldest sporting grounds in Auckland. We know it today as Victoria Park. Let's go. Our next tram stop here in Dondi Street. Dondi Street, a street named after William C. Dondi, who was the very first chairman of the Auckland Harbour Board way back when Auckland became a city in its own right in 1871. The C in William C. Dondi's name stands for Crusher. What a name to call your son, William Crusher Dondi. Never found out what the origins of the Crusher word were, and he only ever referred to himself as William C. Dondi. And I guess you're probably sitting there thinking it's a bit strange having a tram going in a circle with 4 tram stops. And that's because this tramway was part of a much bigger concept that has never been completed. When the tramway opened in August of 2011, it was going to be the link to downtown Auckland, travelling along Quay Street and terminating at the bottom of Queen Street, bringing people from downtown here to the quarter, moving them around this loop, going back to downtown. Well, sadly, because of politics, this was the only part of the tramway built. The track to downtown never constructed, which is why now the tramway is soon to close for good. They've decided they want the land our tram shed on the left sits on for the next block of apartments to be built, and when that happens, the tramway closes, tram shed demolished, and the next apartments go up. We also lose the community herb garden here on the left, set up by local residents and businesses. And on the left is our second tram. We've got 2 trams in our fleet, and there it is there, having a bit of a sunbathe. This block of land used to belong to Mobil Oil, and they used to have all of their oil tanks here. The tower on the right-hand side was built to recreate the days of the oil tanks. 2 old stormwater drain pipes hooked up to the tower to make for 2 really fun slides. If you haven't checked the slides out yet, do come back and check them out. They're a lot of fun. And those great big concrete silos on the left are the last remains of the Golden Bay Cement Company that was set up down here when this area was the home of industry. And those silos give this part of Wynyard Quarter its name, Silo Park. To the right of the silos, the steel frame gantry has a children's playground in front of it, and you get a great view of the Auckland Harbour Bridge from the top level of the gantry, lift at the far end, stairs at this end to take you up there. Well, if you're staying with us, part 2 of the story next trip round, you just had part 1, but if you're leaving us, remember your ticket's good till 4 o'clock. noticed we don't have curbs or gutters on the roadway. That's because Wynyard Quarter was created in 2011 to be environmentally friendly, or to quote the buzzword of the day, to be sustainable. So when it rains down here, the stormwater runoff from the roadway goes into these rain gardens on either side of the street. The sand and silt in the gardens filters out the rubbish, so what goes into the stormwater drain system and ultimately out to sea is literally just water. And all the gardens and the trees you see were planted in 2011 when they were transforming this area from an industrial site. On our left, Karanga Plaza, the Welcome Plaza, and you might have been able to spot the white footbridge over which you can walk to the Maritime Museum and downtown Auckland, a walk of about 20 minutes. Our next tram stop here in Halsey Street.